Hello, and welcome to your 15-minute full body yoga flow. This practice is great to incorporate into your daily routine. All levels are welcome and no props are needed. We are going to get started seated in Virdrasana, resting our hands on our thighs. I want you to relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. I want you to bring a little awareness to your body, a little awareness to your breath. I'm going to inhale here and exhale through your mouth. We're going to make our way to tabletop. Go ahead and take your left foot and place it on the outside of your left hand. We're going to swing that right arm up and behind us, and we'll exhale back down. We'll inhale, extending those arms long, and exhale back down. One more time, inhale up and exhale back down. We're going to pop that right knee off the mat. Go ahead and extend that left hand up. And we'll exhale back down. You can lower your knee and we'll meet back in tabletop. Do a few cat-cows here, inhaling. We're going to exhale, round our spine. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. And we'll move over to the other side. Placing your right foot outside of your right hand, and we'll bring our arms up and exhale back down. Inhale, extending your arms long, and exhale back down. One more time, inhale and exhale. We're going to lift that knee off the mat. We'll open up, extending that right arm up. And we'll exhale back down. We're going to lower down to your knee, come into tabletop. Sink your hips back, coming into child's pose. You can leave your arms extended or you can bring them down by your side. Completely relaxing your arms and your shoulders here. We're decompressing our lower back. Slowly push your way up to tabletop. I want you to curl your toes under, and we're going to send those hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and kick that left leg up. Going to bring your heel closer to your glutes, stacking your hips. We'll come back up to three-legged dog and step or walk your foot right between your hands. We're going to inhale up to warrior one, extending both arms up overhead. Release our hands, taking them behind your back. And you can interlace your hands and we'll slowly come forward, placing your left shoulder just inside of your left knee. And we'll inhale back up to warrior one. We'll open up to warrior two. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. We'll inhale both hands up and exhale back down to warrior two. Inhale up and exhale back down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale back down. I want you to flip that front palm up, come into our reverse warrior. You can place your hand on your calf, your thigh, or come into a bind. We'll come into side angle pose. You can place your elbow on your knee or let your hand float just above the mat. Inhale back up to Warrior Two. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. We're going to hinge forward at the hips. You can rest your hand on your ankle, or you can let your hand float just above the mat. Go ahead and come back into Warrior Two, and we'll cartwheel our hands down to the mat. Go ahead and step that front leg back. We'll come into our high plank and lower down to our belly. I want you to inhale up to Baby Cobra. And exhale, we're going to make our way into Downward Facing Dog. You can pedal your legs out here, bending one knee and then the other. Go ahead and kick that right leg up. You can open the hips, bringing your heel closer to your glutes. Come back into the three-legged dog and step or walk your foot right between your hands. On your next inhale, we're going to sweep both arms up overhead, coming into Warrior One. You can release your hands, interlace them behind your back, and we'll slowly hinge forward, placing your shoulder on the inside of your knee. Slowly come back up to Warrior One. Open up to Warrior Two, making sure your heel and your arch are aligned. We're going to inhale up and exhale back down. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale up and exhale back down. Go ahead and flip that front palm over. We'll come into our reverse warrior. Exhale into our side angle pose, placing your elbow on your knee or letting your hand float just above the mat. We'll inhale back to Warrior Two. Go ahead and straighten that front leg, hinge forward at the hips, and lower down to the mat, letting your hand float just above the mat. We'll come back to Warrior Two and cartwheel our hands back down to the mat. You can step that leg back. We're going to squeeze our arms in and lower down to our belly. Make our way to Sphinx pose. I want you to bring your arms out in front of you at about a 90-degree angle and press the tops of your feet and your hands into the mat. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Go ahead and lift that right foot off the mat and grab a hold of the top of your foot with your right hand. Stretching out our quad here. You can release. We'll move over to the other side. Kicking your foot into your hand. And release. Now we're going to lift both feet off the mat. And if it feels good to you, you can grab a hold of the top of your foot, kicking both feet into your hands. And release. Push yourself up to Downward Facing Dog. And go ahead and pedal those feet out. We're going to come into Swan pose. I want you to bring your left knee just below your left elbow. You can stay here or you can come down to your elbows. If that feels good to you, you can extend your arms out up overhead. Slowly come back up to your elbows. Push yourself up, coming into downward facing dog. We'll go ahead and move over to the right side. Again, you can lower down to your elbows if that feels good to you. If you would like a deeper stretch, you can extend both arms out overhead, resting your forehead on the mat. Slowly push yourself back up. Tuck your toes under and we'll meet in downward facing dog. I want you to slowly walk your hands closer to your feet. We'll forward fold here. You can grab opposite elbows if that feels good to you. You can gently sway side to side. Really stretching out the back side of our body here. I want you to inhale, halfway lift. You can bring your hands to your shins if that feels good to you. We'll exhale, forward fold. We're going to inhale, slowly come up to standing. We'll walk to the center of our mat. I want you to inhale, bring both arms up and around. We're going to grab onto our right wrist with our left hand and step our right foot over the left. Inhale back to center and exhale down to the other side. We'll inhale up and exhale. You can release your hands. We're going to inhale, bring both arms up and around. We'll exhale to your heart center. One more time. Inhale, both arms up and around. Exhale to your heart center. One more time. Inhale up. And we'll come into chair pose. Slight bend in the knees, tucking your tailbone down. I want you to wrap your left elbow around your right knee, pressing your knee into your elbow, elbow into knee. You can stay here or you can extend your left hand down to the mat, your right hand to the sky. We'll come back to center and move over to the other side. Again, you can stay here, or if it feels good to you, go ahead and extend that left hand up. Let your right hand float just above the mat. And we'll come back to center. You can release your hands, coming into mountain pose. Creating a solid foundation with your feet, making sure your head is over your heart is over your pelvis. You can close your eyes here. I want to thank you for sharing your practice with me today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.